Welcome to week 11. We are plugging right along. All right, so this week is all about doing any final reshoots that you might need for your short, and then also beginning the editing process, right? So you're going to be basically doing more of the same from last week and just starting to pull stuff into whatever editing software you care to be using at this point. You all have your favorites, and you're going to be starting to edit this thing together. So obviously, you're going to be taking any feedback that you are getting from me, any kind of self feedback that you're giving yourself based on what you're seeing and any adjustments that you'd like to make, and you're going to fold it into this week's shoot. You are going to be you're going to be starting to edit lightly, so don't feel as if this is the end all be all unless you're feeling it already, but you can just start kind of piecing your takes together, and this will be helpful for you in terms of seeing what you might be missing. So yes, today is the final reshoot, but we still do have time. So if you go in and start your editing process, which this happens all of the time. So if this is the case with you, do not fret. This happens to people that are professional filmmakers. That's why there are reshoots. That's why there are, when you see major feature films, if you really take note, sometimes you'll see that there's a lack of continuity. We don't want that, obviously, but sometimes films will be shot, and 6 months later, when they're in post, they'll realize that something has gone awry, and they'll have to call those actors back, and their hair is a completely different length, right? So I don't know if you've noticed that, but you probably will now. So no worries if you need to go in and continue to reshoot things. We still have a little bit of time, but this is the time that you want to start getting into the editing process so you can make sure that you've got what you need, and if not, get in there and reshoot. So you're going to label your file as listed. You're going to submit this via YouTube unlisted link before the due date. And you're going to let me know if you're having any major problems. I think at this point, week 11, if you're in trouble, this is the time that you should be reaching out to me so we can kind of troubleshoot this together. Other than that, you kind of know the deal at this point. You know what we're up to, and just let me know if you need me, and we can set something up, okay? And for your attendance check-in, let's do this. What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? What would you do if you knew that failing was not possible? Sky's the limit. That's your attendance check-in. All right. Thanks so much. And let me know if you need me. And I look forward to seeing the work. Bye.